"You're quiet tonight," Daniel says, sliding the pan of pasta onto the table. I look up from my plate, forcing a smile. "Just tired." He sits across from me, elbows on the table, that familiar half smile playing on his lips. "Long day." "Same. As always," I murmur, twirling the spaghetti. I don't tell him the truth that the quiet isn't from fatigue. It's from noticing how quickly he turned his phone face down when it buzzed. "We could watch something after dinner," he says. "That old show you like." I nod. "Sure." The word tastes thin. We eat in silence, the sound of cutlery filling the gaps. Normally, we talk about work, about whether the new neighbors are nice, about how the dog down the street keeps getting loose. Tonight, nothing. His eyes keep darting toward the counter where his phone sits. "Everything okay?" I ask. "Yeah, why wouldn't it be?" He chuckles, but it's the kind that doesn't reach his eyes. I shrug. "No reason." It's stupid to let my mind wander. We've been married 7 years. He still kisses my forehead every morning, still insists on making my coffee before his. But lately, the small things feel different. His laugh is still warm, but there's a pause before it now. Like it needs permission. "You're zoning out again," he says, snapping me back. "Sorry, I was just thinking about the weekend." "Oh, what's happening this weekend?" "Maybe nothing. Just maybe we could do something together." He grins. "Like what?" "Hiking? A movie? Anything?" "Just us." "Sure," he says quickly. But his phone buzzes again, and he flinches before reaching for it. "Work," he mutters, standing up to read it by the sink. I watch him from the table. The light from the phone glows against his face, and for a second, his mouth curves into a small smile, one I haven't seen aim at me in weeks. "Everything good?" I call out. "Yeah. Just a project deadline." He sets the phone down, screen still, glowing, and comes back to sit. I push the pasta around my plate. "Remember when Sundays were our thing? Staying in pajamas all day, watching movies? We can still do that," he says, leaning back. "We just have more going on now, right?" I try to keep my voice light, but something in my chest tightens. After dinner, he starts rinsing dishes. I take the chance to study him, the way his shoulders tense when the phone buzzes again on the counter. "You can get that," I say. "It's fine. I'll call them later." I dry my hands and step closer. "You're sure nothing's wrong?" "Positive." His voice is firmer now, as if the question itself is offensive. I back off. "Okay." Double quotes. We settle on the couch, a blanket over our legs. The TV plays, but I'm not watching. My eyes drift to his profile, strong jaw, faint shadow of stubble. The man I promised my life to. The man who used to brush my hair away when I was too tired to move. "What?" he asks, catching me staring. "Nothing," I say quickly. Halfway through the show, he gets up for more water. The phone is still on the counter. I glance at it, the thought brushing against me like a cold wind. Check it. I don't. Instead, I tuck my hands under the blanket, pressing them together until my knuckles ached up. By the time we go to bed, the unease hasn't left. He kisses my forehead, just like always, but I can't feel it. I lie awake, listening to his breathing, trying to match mine to it. The next morning, he's already gone when I wake. A note sits on the counter. "Had to leave early. Coffee's in the pot." I sip it alone at the kitchen table. The house too quiet. I scroll through my phone aimlessly until it rings. The number makes me freeze. "Mom, it's me," she says, her voice thin and trembling. I grip the phone tighter. "What's wrong?" "I need you to come now." I glance out the window. Snow is already falling, the kind that sticks fast. "Mom, there's a storm coming. Can't we, please?" The word breaks. I don't have anyone else. Something in her tone slices through my hesitation. "Where are you?" "At the station on Route 9. "I'll wait outside for you." "Outside? It's freezing. Just, please, hurry." "Okay, I'm coming." I grab my coat, my boots, the car keys. My mind spins as I step into the biting wind. Mom and I haven't spoken much in years, not since the fight about Dad. For her to call me now, In this weather, sounding like that, something's wrong. And somehow, I know this storm isn't just outside. 200 miles in this weather. Daniel raises an eyebrow, leaning against the kitchen counter. It's my mom, I say. Zipping my coat. She needs me. Yeah, of course. Take your time, he says to quickly, no hesitation. No, are you sure you'll be safe? Just that smooth, easy tone that makes my chest tighten. You don't even want to know why. I figured you'd tell me if you wanted to, right? I mutter, grabbing my keys. I'll text you when I get there, sure. His phone buzzes on the counter. He glances at it before looking back at me. Drive safe. I step outside before I say something I can't take back. The snow starts before I hit the main road, thick flakes swirling in the headlights, swallowing the world a little at a time. The wipers thump in steady rhythm. My phone vibrates in the cup holder, screen lighting up with Daniel's name. I don't answer. This is about Mom, I tell myself out loud, just to hear my own voice. The phone buzzes again and again. Not now, I whisper, shoving it into my bag. The storm thickens, the road narrowing under white. My hands grip the wheel tighter than they need to. Every mile feels like I'm driving deeper into something I can't see my way out of. I pass the old diner halfway to the interstate. Its neon sign still flickering like it did when I was a kid. Back then, Mom and I would stop here for pancakes after my piano lessons. She'd sip her coffee, listening to me ramble about school crushes and friend drama. That was before the silence between us stretched into years. Funny, I say to no one, how people you love can disappear without ever leaving. The snow slaps against the windshield harder now, each gust like a warning. I stop for gas in a nearly empty station. The attendant leans out the window. You sure you should be on the road tonight? Family emergency, I say. He nods slowly, handing me the receipt. Keep it under 40. Black ice on the next stretch. Thanks. I get back in the car, engine humming. Heater blasting my frozen fingers. The phone buzzes again. This time it's a text from Mia. Call me. Urgent. I stare at it, my breath clouding the cold air. Urgent. In the middle of a snowstorm. With Daniel acting off. I toss the phone back into the bag without replying. The highway is a tunnel of white now, my high beams bouncing off endless snow. I keep talking to fill the quiet. Remember when you taught me to drive? Mom, you yelled the whole time. Said I was too careful. My voice cracks at the edges. Guess that's not a problem anymore. The storm roars louder in my ears, wind rattling. The car like it's trying to shake me out of it. I imagine Daniel at home, phone in hand, smiling at whoever's on the other end. The image digs at me like a nail under skin. Don't do this now, I tell myself. Another RN. I spot headlights in the rearview. A black SUV creeps up, then hangs behind me like it's pacing me. My chest tightens. The SUV edges closer, then pauses. I glance over, just a stranger, eyes locked ahead, both hands on the wheel. My laugh is sharp and hollow, paranoid much, but the knot in my stomach doesn't loosen. I think about the last real conversation I had with Mom 3 years ago, outside her porch. Her arms crossed, like she was holding herself together. You can't keep defending him, she'd said. He's my husband. I'd shot back. So was your father, she'd whispered. And that had been the end of it. We hadn't spoken much after that. The storm is worse now, visibility down to almost nothing. I slow to 30. The steering wheel feels alive in my hands, twitching with every gust. My mind drifts again to Daniel's face when I said I was leaving. Not concerned, not even curious, just free. Why so eager to let me go? I say under my breath. A truck passes in the opposite lane, spraying snow across my windshield like a sudden blackout. My heart leaps as I fumble with the wipers. For a moment, I see nothing, just white. When the view clears, my phone buzzes again. Another text from Mir. Please, it's about Daniel. I pull over onto the shoulder, hazards blinking against the dark. My hands hover over the phone. Not now, I say again. But my voice is smaller this time. I shove it back into my bag, force the car into gear, and keep driving. The closer I get to Route 9, the more the road disappears. The storm feels alive, pushing, pulling, daring me to stop. My thoughts are just as blinding. Mom, I'm coming, I whisper, gripping the wheel. And after that, I don't finish the sentence. Because I don't know if the storm I'm heading into is hers or mine. The gas station is the only light in the dark fluorescent globe leading into swirling snow. I pull in, tires crunching over ice. The pump clicks into place, fuel gurgling. That's when I see her, hunched near the side of the building, coat hanging off her like it doesn't belong to her. No gloves, no hat, just a thin sweater under the open coat. Snow gathering in her hair. Mom. She flinches like I've shouted, lifting her head slowly. Her skin is paper white, lips cracked. It's me, I say, stepping away from the pump. What are you? Don't, she cuts in, voice brittle. Not here, you're freezing. Get in the car. Her eyes dart toward the parking lot, scanning the shadows. No, not yet. What are you talking about? It's below zero. She steps closer but still won't meet my eyes. They watch here. Who? Her mouth twitches, but nothing comes out. She's shivering so hard I can hear her teeth clicking. Enough, I say, reaching for her arm. You're coming inside the car before you collapse. I can't. You can, I say firmly, tugging her toward the passenger side. Please, Mom. She hesitates, then slides in, curling against the seat like she's trying to disappear. I crank the heat. What happened? I ask once I'm inside. It's not safe to talk here. You just called me from here. Her fingers twist in her lap. I had to. I couldn't. They hear me at the house. Whose house? She shakes her head. Later. Just drive. To where? Away. The storm pelts the windshield, wipers squealing across glass. Mom, you're scaring me. Good, she says quietly. I pull onto the empty road, the gas station shrinking behind us. The heater hums. You need to tell me what's going on. Her eyes finally meet mine, red-rimmed, sharp. Are you still with them? With who? Them? The ones you married into. I blink. Daniel. She doesn't say his name. You need to leave before they destroy you. What are you talking about? He's my husband. Not. I told you once, didn't I? That family takes until there's nothing left of you. You told me a lot of things when you and Dad split. Half of them didn't make sense. They will. She mutters, staring out at the dark. When it's too late, you look. I stop myself, my throat tightening. Mom, you look like you haven't eaten in days. I eat when I can. Where are you living? Doesn't matter. It matters to me. What matters is that you hear me now. Her voice sharpens, slicing through the heater's drone. Whatever hold they have on you, get out. This isn't a mob movie. It's just Daniel. You think betrayal starts with strangers. She gives a bitter laugh. It's always the ones who know how to use your trust. I grip the wheel tighter. You can't just drop cryptic warnings and expect me to. Do you trust him? The question lands like a stone in my chest. Of course I stop. Her eyes catch it. You hesitated. It's complicated. No, she says flatly. It's simple. You do, or you don't. Mom, what happened to you? The same thing that's about to happen to you. The snow thickens, visibility shrinking. My headlights catch on drifting flakes, each one a tiny distraction from the weight of her words. Why call me now? I ask. Because I heard things about him, about you. From who? From people who still talk to me. What kind of things? She turns back to the window. Things I wish I'd known before I married your father. You're not making sense. I am. You just don't want to understand. I exhale, fogging the windshield slightly before the defroster clears it. If you know something, tell me outright. Would you believe me? I'd have to. No, you wouldn't. You defend him the way I defended your father. Daniel's not Dad. She tilts her head, finally facing me again. Neither was your father. Until the day he was. I feel my jaw clench. You called me out here for this, to warn me about my own marriage. I called because you're still my daughter. And you still think you know everything about my life. I know patterns, she says quietly. And I know what they look like right before they snap shut. Silence settles between us, filled only by the storm's hell. I want to argue, to tell her she's wrong. That Daniel is nothing like Dad, but the image of his phone lighting up in the kitchen flashes in my mind. You're wrong, I say anyway. Though my voice doesn't sound convinced. I hope so, she says that we drive without speaking for miles. The snow painting the world into a blur. Every so often. I glance at her hunched, pale, eyes still scanning. The dark outside. Mom, yeah, when you said they, you mean his family. She nods slowly. What could they possibly want from me? Her gaze shifts to me, sharp again. Everything you'll give without noticing. I laugh. But it's hollow. That's dramatic. So is ending up like me, she says, turning back to the window. I focus on the road. The wipers beating time with my pulse. Her words dig in, settling. Somewhere I don't want them to stay. I don't know what's waiting ahead at her so-called safe place or back home with Daniel. But right now, between the snow and her warning, I can't shake the feeling that both storms are about to collide. The motel room smells faintly of bleach and stale coffee. My mom disappears into the bathroom. The sound of water starting up behind the door. Her bag is on the chair by the window, half open. Something starts buzzing inside shirt. Insistent bursts. Probably a scam call, I mutter, reaching for it. I pull out her phone. Not a call. Messages dot the top of the screen makes my stomach drop. Daniel. The latest one is from 5 minutes ago. Wish she were here instead of her. My thumb scrolls before I can stop it. Last night was incredible. When can we get away again? Don't tell her anything yet. The dates stretch back months. The water shuts off. My ears ring. The bathroom door opens. Mom steps out, towel around her hair. Steam curling into the cold air. She sees the phone in my hand, sees the screen. No gasp, no panic, just a long, tired sigh. So, she says softly, you finally see it. I can't speak. My mouth is dry, my throat locked. Say something, she prompts. What? My voice cracks. What is this? What it looks like? No, my head shakes hard. No, it's not. It can't be. It is. You, him. My voice is breaking apart. Since when? She sits on the bed, crossing her arms. Since before you stopped calling me. You're lying. I wish I was. I grip the phone tighter, like I could crush the messages out of existence. Why would you? Don't finish that, she says sharply. You think I planned this? You think I wanted to hurt you? You did hurt me. The words are out before I can pull them back. I tried to warn you, she says, by sleeping with my husband. Her eyes harden. By telling you he was no good. You were too in love to hear it. That's not an excuse. No, it's a mistake. She looks down. One I've been paying for. I take a step back, my spine pressing against the motel wall. How long? Does it matter? Yes, it matters. Her lips press into a thin line. Almost a year. My stomach turns. And you just, what? Kept coming back to him. And he kept coming back to me, she says bitterly. Don't. I cut myself off. Because the image is already clawing its way into my head. You think I'm proud of this, she asks. I think you're not sorry enough. She flinches at that, eyes flashing. You think he's not already lying to someone else right now? You think you're the only one he's betrayed. That doesn't make it better. No, she says, but it makes it clearer. You were never going to be the exception. I drop onto the other bed, phone still in my hand. The messages stare back at me. Why didn't you just tell me outright? I ask. Because you'd have called me jealous, or bitter, or drunk, like last time. And instead, you let me live in his bed, will you? My voice cracks again. God, Mom, she exhales slowly. You think I don't hate myself for that? Do you? Her eyes meet mine. Every damn day. The silence stretches, filled only by the hum of the heater. So what now? I ask finally. Now you leave him. And if I don't, her gaze doesn't waver, then you become me. I look away. I'm not you. Not yet, she says quietly. I stare at the phone, scrolling again, torturing myself with each thread. He writes to her like he used to write to me late night jokes, little nicknames, future plans. Why didn't you stop it? I whisper. Because he knew how to make me feel wanted again. And you cared more about that than me. No, she says quickly. I cared about it because I had nothing else. You were gone, your father was gone. And he filled the space. He filled the space with lies. Her mouth trembles. But she doesn't argue. You should have told me the first time. I say, I tried. You said you were happy. And she swallows hard. I didn't want to be the one to take that from you. You took it anyway. Yes, her voice is flat. But at least now you know. I set the phone on the nightstand like it's a loaded gun. My hands won't stop shaking. You realize this doesn't fix anything, I say. It's not supposed to fix it. It's supposed to save you. You don't get to play the hero in this. Her eyes close briefly. Fine. Then hate me. But get out before he does worse. The room feels smaller with every word. I want to scream. I want to walk out into the snow and not come back. Instead, I stand and head for the door. Where are you going? She asks. To get air. Don't run from this. I glance over my shoulder. I'm not running. I'm deciding. And I step outside into the cold, letting the snow bite my skin until I can feel something other than betrayal. She doesn't speak at first. She just sits on the bed, towel sliding off her hair, eyes fixed on some invisible point on the motel carpet. Say it. I tell her. You already know. No. I snap. I've read enough to know pieces. I want all of it. Her shoulders lift and fall. It started last year. When I came to stay for that week in spring, my chest tightens. The week Dad sold the house. She nods. He was charming, persistent. He's married to me, I know. So why didn't you shut him down the second he tried anything? Her eyes flick up at me. Because I was lonely and weak. I laugh. But it's sharp and ugly. That's your excuse. It's not an excuse. She wrings the towel in her hands. It's the truth. The truth is you betrayed me, yes. With my husband, yes. The words hit like ice water. Even though I already knew them. You think I planned it, she says. I think you didn't stop it. He didn't just stop either. Don't put this on him to make yourself feel better. I'm not. I'm saying it was both of us. I lean forward, my voice low. He's the man I married. You're the woman who raised me. It's not the same. Her face crumples. I wish I could take it back. You can't. I know. The heater hums between us. Why did you leave? I ask. Because I couldn't look at you anymore. That's it. And because the things he promised me never happened, I stare at her. Promised you that he'd leave you, that we'd start over somewhere else. A laugh bursts from me, bitter and hollow. You believed him. Yes, God, Mom. She wipes her eyes with the towel. I wanted to believe someone could still want me, at my expense. Her voice cracks. I didn't think about it like that until it was too late. You ran, I say. I hid. Same thing. No, she says firmly. Running means you don't care. I cared too much. I just couldn't face you knowing what I'd done. And you thought calling me in a snowstorm would fix that? I didn't call to fix it. I called because I knew you'd find out eventually. And I needed to be the one to say it. I gripped my knees to keep from shaking. Do you love him? No, you slept with him for almost a year. I know, and you don't love him. I loved the way he looked at me. That's different. It's pathetic. I spit out before I can stop myself. She flinches but doesn't argue. What else? I demand. What do you mean? You said everything. That means there's more. Her jaw works before she speaks. There were times I thought about telling you. I even came to your room once. You were asleep. He was in the shower. I stood there, thinking, wake her up. Tell her now. And you didn't. No. Why? Because you were smiling in your sleep. And I couldn't be the one to take that from you. You already had. I say quietly. Her eyes fill. I know. I stand, pacing the small room. Every day since we got married, I've defended him. Every time someone questioned him, I said, no, he loves me. She watches me but doesn't interrupt. And now, I find out the biggest threat to my marriage was in my own family. I can't undo it, no. You can't, she leans forward, elbows on her knees. So what will you do? I don't know. You'll confront him. Maybe. Don't maybe this. Maybe I want to hear the rest first. The rest of what? Everything he told you. Every word. She takes a breath. He said you didn't see him anymore. That you were busy, distant, and you believed him. I believed him because I wanted to. Because it made it easier to do what I was doing. What else? He said I was the only one who really understood him. I shake my head. He said the same thing to me when we met. Then he's been saying it for a long time. I sit back down, exhausted. Do you know how disgusting this is to me? Yes. Do you know what it's like to realize your mom and your husband were sharing a bed while you were making dinner in the next room? Her voice is barely a whisper. Yes. No, you don't. I snap. You can't. You weren't the one being lied to by both sides. She doesn't respond. I stare at her for a long time. I want to go home. Then go. Not without deciding what happens next. You already know. No, I say. I don't. Because right now, I want to burn it all down. But part of me needs to hear it from him. And when he lies, then I'll know what I'm dealing with. She leans back, looking older than I've ever seen her. You think you're ready for that? I don't think I have a choice. You do. Not when my marriage is a joke and my own mother's the punchline. She closes her eyes. I'm sorry. No, I say. You're sorry you got caught. The room is too warm now. I stand, opening the door to let the cold rush in. I'm going to get coffee. I say. You shouldn't go out alone in this. I've been alone for a while now. I tell her, stepping into the snow and for the first time. I'm not sure which betrayal is heavier, the one I married or the one that raised me. We don't talk for the first star. The road is cleaner now. But my chest feels like it's filling with wet cement. My phone buzzes in the cup holder. I glance down. Daniel, miss you. Bed's cold without you. My stomach flips. I want to throw the phone out the window. What is it? Mom asks. Nothing. Doesn't look like nothing. It's him. Her eyes flicker toward the phone. What did he say? You don't want to know. I already know, she says quietly. I grip the wheel tighter. He's disgusting. He's a liar. And you believed him. I snap. Yes. I slam the wipers up a notch, clearing a thin film of melting snow. How do you even live with yourself? Not well. Then why defend him at all? I'm not defending him. I'm telling you he's not worth your breath. So I should just pretend this didn't happen? No, I'm saying you could walk away now and keep what's left of yourself intact. I bark out a humorless laugh. You think I'm walking away quietly? I think it might be better than the alternative. Better for who? Him? You? Better for you? I check the rear view. The road is empty. The hum of the tires fills the silence until my thoughts start spilling out. You know what I'm thinking about? No, making sure everyone knows exactly what kind of man he is. That's dangerous. So was trusting him. Public revenge doesn't give you peace. Then maybe I don't want peace. She exhales slowly. You want him humiliated. I want him stripped of everything he thinks makes him untouchable. And when it's over, then maybe I'll sleep again. Or maybe you'll just find a new way to keep him in your head. I don't think you get to lecture me about obsession. Her jaw tightens. Maybe not. We pass a green sign for the next town. 80 miles to go. What would you do? I ask. Me? Yeah. If it were reversed? She stares out the window. I'd leave, quietly. Before I burn myself down with them. So, you wouldn't fight. I already fought my war. I lost. I'm not you. I muttered. She glances at me. You're angrier than I was. Good. Not always good. It's good if it gets me somewhere. It can also get you stuck. You think I'm not already stuck. She doesn't answer. My phone buzzes again. This time I don't look. You're not going to check it? She asks. No. Why not? Because I already know it's a lie wrapped in sweetness. She nods once. That's exactly how it starts. The snow outside has thinned to light flakes. I should feel relief. But my head is heavier than when we left. You're quiet again, she says. I'm making lists in my head. Of what? People who should know, people who'll make it spread. Names, a few. And when they ask how you know, I'll have proof. What proof? Screenshots, dates, times. She shifts in her seat. You've been thinking about this a while, since the motel, and before that. Since I saw him hide his phone from me, she nods slowly. It's amazing how something that small can open the floodgates. It's amazing how many times I let it slide. The next stretch of highway is long and flat. I keep my eyes on the white lines, because if I look at her, I might lose my grip entirely. You want me to tell you not to do it, she says. Yeah, and then ignore me anyway. Exactly. Then I won't waste my breath. Do you regret telling me? I ask suddenly. She doesn't hesitate. No, I regret not telling you sooner. Would it have changed anything? Maybe, maybe not. But you wouldn't be driving back now with that look on your face. What look? The one that says you're not done yet. I check the clock. 2 more hours until home. And tell him, if I do this, I say, I'm doing it all the way. Then be ready for him to hit back. He's been hitting for a year. I'm just returning the favor. Be careful it doesn't become the only thing you are. Too late. The road curves. The snow almost gone now. The world feels clearer, sharper. My mind doesn't. You're set on this, she says quietly. Yes. Then I can't stop you. You never could. She looks out the window again. And I can tell she knows no matter what she says, I'm going to set the fire. The house is warm when I step inside, but it feels like stepping into a freezer. Daniel is at the counter, slicing a lemon into his drink. He looks up, smiles like I've been gone an hour. Not days. Hey, you made it back. Road's okay. Fine. My coat drips onto the floor. How's Mom? The knife stills. The half-second pause is all I need. She's fine. Is she? I ask, stepping closer. What's that supposed to mean? Means I'm asking how she is. He sets the knife down. She's your mom? You tell me. I just did. My voice is cold now, and you just told me everything without saying a word. What the hell are you talking about? He asks. Don't do that. Do what? Pretend you don't know. I don't know, he says. Sharper now, you do. His eyes narrow. You've been weird for weeks. Did your mom fill your head with something again? I almost laugh. Again? You mean the truth? The truth? He repeats, like the word is ridiculous. Let me guess she's telling you I'm cheating. You know she hates me. She doesn't hate you. I say evenly, she was with you. His jaw tightens. That's insane. Is it? Yes. Want me to read it to you? Read what? I pull my phone from my pocket. Your words, to her. Over the last year, you went through her phone. You mean the one that's been blowing up with your wish you were here instead of her messages. You're twisting. I start reading. Last night was incredible. When can we get away again? Don't tell her anything yet. His color drains, then hardens into something else. You don't get it. He says finally, oh, I get it. It was just physical. My laugh is sharp. With my mother, it didn't mean anything. You said, I love you in one of them. People say things in bed, not to their wife's mother. He runs a hand through his hair, pacing now. You're blowing this up. No, you blew it up. I'm just standing in the wreckage. We were lonely. He snaps. Yeah, you've been distant. You work late. You're always tired. She was around. Things happened. I repeat, my voice shaking, like groceries, like laundry. Not like this. It's not like I planned it. You kept it going for almost a year. He shrugs. It was easy. My mom is in the doorway now, silent. Her presence makes the air thicker. You're not going to say anything? I ask her. She just looks down. Unbelievable, I mutter. Daniel's voice cuts in. This doesn't have to end. Everything? What exactly do you think is left? We could work through it. You slept with my mother, and I stare at him, and that's all you have to say. It's not like she's a stranger, he says with a smirk that makes my skin crawl. Do you hear yourself? I'm being honest. It was physical. It scratched. An itch. That's all. An itch. I say slowly. You call detonating my family an itch. It's not like I was in love with her. You think that's better. I think it means we can fix this. I shake my head. You can't fix something you took a sledgehammer to. I've made mistakes before and we've moved on. Not like this. So you're just going to throw it away? No, Daniel, you did that. For me. He steps closer, lowering his voice. You walk out now. You'll regret it. I think I'll breathe for the first time. You're overreacting, he says. I'm underreacting. I shoot back. If I reacted the way I wanted to, the neighbors would hear. You think you're better than me? Right now, absolutely, he scoffs. You've got her poison in your head. She's manipulating you. She doesn't have to. Your messages do the job. He tries again. We could forget this happened. You already forgot our vows. Why not add this to the list? I'm serious. So am I. I'm not going to beg. You shouldn't. You should pack. He looks at my mom. You're not going to defend me. She finally speaks. There's nothing to defend. He shakes his head. You're both unbelievable. Funny. I say. I was thinking the same about you. The room is silent for a long moment. Then I step back, pulling the phone up again. I'm keeping these. I tell him. For what? Insurance? Leverage? Take your pick. You wouldn't. You know I would. His eyes darken. You'll ruin yourself too. No, I say. I'll just stop living with rot. He smirks again. You'll miss me. I'll miss the person I thought you were. The one who never existed. He looks away first. I turn to my mom. You staying here? She shakes her head. No, good. I don't want to come back and find you together again. Neither of them argues. When I walk out, the air feels sharp, almost clean. Behind me, I hear him mutter something, but I don't care. For the first time in a long time, I know exactly what the next step is. And it's not forgiveness. I take my mom's arm. We're leaving. I say loud enough for the neighbors to hear. Daniel's voice follows us. Don't make a scene. I want them to see. I call back. Mrs. Henley across the street pauses mid-trash bad drop. The college kid next door looks up from his phone. I meet their eyes. Steady. You'll regret this. Daniel shouts. Not as much as you will, I answer, pulling the door shut behind me. The air outside is sharp and cold. My mom keeps glancing back. Keep walking, I tell her. Do you have to do it like this? Exactly like this. We get in the car. My hands are shaking. But not from fear. At my apartment, one I've kept for work trips, but rarely used. I drop my bag and open my laptop. What are you doing? Mom asks from the doorway. Making sure the story doesn't get rewritten. You mean posting it? Every word, every date, every screenshot. That's bold. It's called control. I upload the screenshots. Not just the dirtiest lines, the sweet ones, the future plans, the don't tell her yet. I strip away names for now. But anyone who knows us will know. You sure you want to do this? Mom asks again. I'm sure I don't want his version to be the only one. People here. It takes less than 10 minutes. My phone starts lighting up. Mirror. Holy shit. Are you okay? Eric from work. I had a feeling about him. Didn't know it was this bad. An old college friend. I'm sorry. But she's your mom. You're not answering them. Mom asks. Not yet. Why not? Because I want him to feel this silence first. As if on cue, my phone buzzes. Daniel, then again, and again. You're not going to pick up, Mom says. No, even to yell. Especially not to yell. I want him talking to a wall. Another message pops up. We need to talk. Then, you're ruining us both. I type one reply sharp. You did that yourself. Then I block his number. My mom sits on the couch, watching me. You really do feel lighter. I told you, power shift. It's dangerous power. It's necessary power. More messages come in from friends. Some shocked. Some admit they had a feeling. One sends me a photo from a party months ago. Daniel leaning a little too close to Mom in the background. Why didn't anyone say anything? I mutter. Because they weren't sure, Mom says softly. I wasn't sure either. And now, I wish I'd been wrong. Another ping, Mia again. If you need a place to crash, my door's open. She's good, I tell Mom. She's loyal, Mom says. Don't lose. That, I won't. Hours pass. The posts rack up shares, quiet likes, and a few public comments that make my stomach twist and my spine straighten at the same time. One from an old neighbor. I always knew he was too smooth. Another, proud of you for walking away, Mom, breaks the quiet. You know this doesn't end it, right? I know. He'll push back, let him. And when it gets ugly, then he's just proving my point. She leans forward. I don't want you to get dragged down with me. You're already in it with me, I say. Differences? I'm not hiding. She looks away. I hid because I couldn't face what I'd done. And I'm doing this because I can't face letting him control the ending. By midnight, I've answered a few messages short, direct, no pity. Fishing dot to Mia. I'm okay, I'm angry. But I'm okay to Eric. You were right to have a feeling. I leave the rest unread. Mom watches me close the laptop. So now what? Now, I sleep. You think you'll actually sleep? For the first time in a long time, maybe. I set my phone on silent. No vibrations, no dings, just the hum of the fridge and the quiet creak of the building settling. You really are going to answer him? Mom asks one last time. No, I like the sound of nothing too much. For the first time in months, the weight in my chest isn't crushing, it's shifting. And for once, I'm the one deciding where it lands. Weeks slip by. But the noise doesn't fade, it changes. You hear about your mom? Me asks over coffee. What now? Most of the families cut her off. Your aunt said she's not welcome at Christmas. I stir my drink. I'm not looking for her to be punished. You're not. No, that part's already happened. My phone buzzes. Eric from work. Heard Daniel lost a big client. I type back. Not me. Just the truth getting around. When I tell Mir, she whistles. That's huge. I'm not celebrating. Why not? Because it's not joy. It's cold. Like watching a fire you didn't start burn the right building. You think he knows it came from you. Doesn't matter if he knows. He knows people know. Therapy twice a week keeps me steady. My therapist asks, do you want revenge or closure? I want both. I admit, one of them lasts longer. Closure? No. Revenge? She says dryly. And I almost laugh. Money becomes my next focus. I open a separate account, move what's mine into it. Cancel cards he still has access to. You're meticulous. Mir says when I show her the list. I have to be. He was sloppy. I won't be. Feels good, doesn't it? Better than waiting for the next hit. One night, a mutual friend calls. He's been asking around about you. What for? Says he wants to clear the air. Tell him. The air is already clear. He just doesn't like breathing it. I scroll past his name in my block list. I don't unblock it. I don't need his version of an apology, half excuse, half manipulation. My mom calls from an unknown number. I don't answer. Later. A text arrives. I'm in a shelter now. I'm okay. I stare at it for a long time before replying. What do you need? She sends a short list: basic clothes, toiletries, a prepaid phone card. I send it all without a note. Mia sees me boxing the supplies, still helping her. She's still my mother. After everything, I can hate what she did and still not want her to freeze. Weeks later, another rumor filters back: he's been demoted. Something about ethical concerns and reputation. Risk. You had nothing to do with that. Mia asks. Double quotes no. But I didn't protect him from it either. Good. Therapy shifts focus. What do you want your life to look like without him in it? My therapist asks. Quieter. I say, quieter how? No walking on eggshells. No decoding text messages. No guessing who he's really with. You're describing safety. Yeah, I want that. Mir and I start meeting more often. She brings new people into my orbit, friends who don't ask for the whole story. It makes space for me to exist without it. Feels weird. I tell her one night. What does? Laughing without checking the room first. Get used to it. I hear through another friend that Daniel's been drinking more, showing up late to work, snapping at people who used to cover for him. You care? Mir asks. No, I say. But I notice. Mom sends a thank you card. No apology. Just a shaky signature. I put it in a drawer without reading it twice. Mia watches me do it. You're not throwing it away. Not yet. Why keep it? Maybe one day I'll want to remember that she at least thanked me. Some nights I lie awake and think about what I'd say if I saw him again. The words change every time. Sometimes they're ice. Sometimes they're fire. But every morning I wake up without him there feels cleaner. When my therapist asks, do you still think about revenge? I tell her, less, because you're over it. Because it's already happening without me lifting a finger. The world outside is white when I open my eyes. Snow thick as cotton drifts past the window, swirling the same way it did the night I left him. My phone buzzes on the nightstand. I almost ignore it. Then I see the name. Daniel. Don't. I mutter to myself, but I still unlock the screen. It's a long message. I've lost everything. I don't know who I am without you. I'm sorry for what I did, for what I said. I know it's too late, but I can't stop thinking about us. I read it twice. Not because I'm tempted, because I want to be sure I'm not imagining the desperation. My tea kettle whistles. I leave the phone on the bed and walk to the kitchen. Mom's voice echoes in my head. Better to move on quietly. She wasn't wrong about the moving on, just the quiet part. The water pours over the tea bag, steam curling into my face. I wrap my hands round the mug, feeling the heat seep into my fingers. The phone buzzes again from the bedroom. I don't go back for it. Mia calls instead. You seeing the snow? Hard to miss. Feels like déjà vu. It is, I say. You okay? Better than I was last time it snowed like this. She hesitates. He texted me too. What did he say? That he misses you? That he's changed? I laugh into the mug. He's changed locations. Maybe. You're not going to answer. Not a chance. Good. The snow thickens outside, blurring the world to soft edges. You ever think about him anymore? Mir asks. Sometimes. I admit. In what way? Like you think about an old injury. It doesn't hurt, but you remember exactly how it happened. That's actually kind of perfect. I move to the window, sip my tea, watch a car crawl down the street, its tires spinning in the slush. The storm looks worse from the middle. I say, what? When you're in it, you can't see past it. Feels like it's all there is. But from here, in the warm, it's just weather. You sound healed. Not entirely. Close enough, she says. The phone buzzes again on the bed. I let it. He's not going to stop, Mia warns. He will when he realizes the silence and breaking. That could take a while. I've got time. I think of the night I drove through the storm to find my mom, of the motel room, the messages, the way my chest felt like it was collapsing. You regret anything? Mir asks. Not leaving. Anything else? Maybe not leaving sooner. The snow piles higher on the porch rail. Somewhere under it, there's a doormat I don't need to keep clean for him anymore. You're smiling, Mia says. Am I? Yeah, you sound lighter. I guess I am. We hang up. The house is quiet except for the occasional creak and the faint hiss of the radiator. I pick up my phone, look at the unread messages. Not just his people from months ago, people I left hanging when the world shrank to the size of my anger. I start replying, short, honest, without explaining too much. My therapist's words come back. One of them lasts longer. I didn't know she was right about revenge fading. It's not gone, it's just not the point anymore. The snowstorm outside keeps going, but it's just background now. When my phone buzzes again, I swipe the conversation with Daniel into the trash. Not blocked, just deleted. I don't need to stop him from sending words. I just don't need to see them. The tea's gone cold, but I drink it anyway, watching the flakes fall. I'm not healed entirely, but I'm free.